Alright guys, Will with IntoMobile here. We're taking a hands-on look at the just announced Verizon Motorola Droid X. This is the 4.3-inch screen on the latest Motorola Droid. Pretty slim, got the little bulbs there for the 8 megapixel camera, but that's to be expected with that really big image sensor there, 8 megapixels. Again, nothing to laugh at, with full HD video recording. So here it is. This is the Droid X. Just taking you on a quick little tour. This is Android 2.1 right now, but what we're looking at here is the MotoBlur UI. You see this little drag bar down here. Every time I drag to a new pane, the phone vibrates a little bit to let me know that I'm on a new pane. And because it's MotoBlur, it comes loaded. Well, it doesn't come loaded, but it comes with all these MotoBlur widgets that you can use. What you do is you hold down on the screen and you have your choice of, of course, folders, wallpaper, shortcuts, Android widgets, but also Motorola's own MotoBlur widgets, which, you know, give you the photo widget, the social networking widget, social status, the weather widget, the contacts widgets, all the stuff that we've come to expect from MotoBlur, but in a more toned down, less intrusive UI, which is really good. You get a very stock Android UI feel, but just complemented a little bit by the MotoBlur UI. Before we dive into that too much, just wanted to show you guys a little bit about the, take you guys on a little bit of a hardware tour here. We've got physical buttons here for menu, right there, for home, for the back, and for search, which brings up search, of course, right there with the ability to search by voice. And going back home, right there, hit that, and you've got all your apps, of course, Android 2.1. Hit home to either go home or bring up the apps tray. You can also quickly go to phone right there. There's no phone hard button, but there is a soft button for that. Of course, with all the stuff we come to expect up there. Now, also, there's the people right there. And sorry, told you I would take you on a little hardware tour here. Right there, what you can see is the micro USB port and the HDMI port. So that's a mini micro HDMI port. Gonna need an adapter, but what you can do is you can actually stream full 720p HD video to a big monitor with that guy right there. Of course, the 4.3-inch display, touchscreen, multi-touch, which is cool. The red accented camera shutter button right there, very cool. Volume rockers, which double as a zoom rocker in the camera. And speaking of which, we have the dual LED flash complementing the 8 megapixel camera, which is again capable of full 720p HD video recording. Got a slight bulge there again. Got the metallic accents on the Motorola, and a 3.5mm headphone jack on top with the power button. Now, what's cool about this phone is it actually has 3 microphones. 1, 2, you see that little hole there next to the headphone jack? And 3. What that allows is for noise suppression in a phone call. And of course, when you're taking video, it actually, well, I'll just show you what that does in video. And taking a look at the MotoBlur UI, what you have is this cool little widget right here. That's a shortcut to your gallery, to your camera, to your photos, and camcorder right there. Now, what those 3 microphones do is you can actually go to scenes like that, and you can change the way the mics pick up noise. So every day is all mics. It's gonna pick up ambient sound from everywhere, right front, back, to the side. Now, if you go to narrative, what it's gonna do is you're taking video, and it's only gonna pick up your voice input from this microphone, that little hole right there, so that it really only picks up your voice as you're narrating, which is why it's called narrative. And then we have subject, which uses this mic to pick up audio so that you don't get, you know, any other audio input other than that. So back to the home screen here. Oops, just turned off on me. What do we see here? Well, we see Google Earth, really cool. Of course, with that 1 gigahertz processor in here, it's got no problem streaming or dealing with 3D graphics and all that crazy stuff that Google Earth comes with. Of course, we have the visual voicemail right here. We have VCast video. Now, that's really cool. It's a $9.99 extra per month feature, but actually, a really good. The VCast in the early days wasn't as good as it is today. They've improved it a lot. You know, video no longer rarely pixelates. Audio is synced. And just to show you guys what it's like, we can take a look at the Ghana versus Germany game. Well, if it's playing right now, I have a feeling it may not be playing, but you'll get an idea of what it looks like. Well, there you go. That is live. There we have the teams coming out onto the field. That is World Cup live on the 4.3-inch screen on the Droid X here. And really good viewing angle. So take a look at the video, you know, there's no pixelation. There's a little bit, but I mean, this is all streamed over 3G right now. This is not on Wi-Fi. And the audio is really solid. So that's a quick little look at VCast video. And going along here, what we have is we also have a backup assistant, which is part of Verizon's own VCast market within Android market. So this is Android market, and Verizon has their own section right here where they have all these Verizon apps. And what Backup Assistant does, it allows you to take your on-phone contacts that aren't saved to Google contacts, that are saved to the phone rather, along with you. So if you want to switch from an Aris, you would download Backup Assistant onto your Droid Aris, upload your contacts to Backup Assistant, grab this Droid X here, fire up Backup Assistant, and then you've got all your contacts right back on the phone with no hassle, no fuss, really easy. A couple other features, we've got the 3G mobile hotspot right there. Unlike the Evo, which actually takes a few clicks to get to the hotspot, it's a nice shortcut right on the home screen. Bam, you're right there. Start it up, and it gives you a warning that it's going to impact battery life. Of course it is, because you're turning your phone into a Wi-Fi hotspot over 3G. Connect, you know, multiple Wi-Fi devices at the same time using Verizon's 3G network. And really handy little feature there. Of course, FM radio when you have the headphones plugged in, Google Maps, My Account, that's Verizon's feature. And what else do we have here? We've got the Blockbuster app, which is really cool. I showed you the video recording, but this is the shortcut. Now, this is the camera. To take a picture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this shutter button right here, the red one. And it actually, the flash actually activated. I'll show you guys. That's a very bright flash. And one other cool, you know, check out the shot-to-shot times. Really fast here. Half press to focus. Full press to take a picture. Shot-to-shot times again are very impressive. And what's another cool feature is you can actually zoom based on where you want it to. Say I want to, or focus right there, or maybe I want it to focus right there. So your focus points can change based on where you tap the screen. So again, here is the Verizon Motorola Droid X. Very thin except for the bulge right there. It looks actually pretty cool. The battery cover, it's got a nice rubberized touch finish to it. The battery cover comes off fairly easily, but not so easily that it'll come off in your pocket. We've got the microSD port right there, the battery right there. Everything's very slick, very smooth, and the battery cover goes on nice and easy. Very good in-hand feel, solid, rubberized touch. It feels very solid in the hand. A little thicker than the Evo, I think, but overall, very impressive. So that's a quick little look at the Motorola Droid X.